What did I miss so far?
Nothing. We're going live right now. We are live on the air. Tonight we make our debut on Facebook Live also. So Facebook Live, I'm sorry, we are on Facebook Live constantly. Through the Gorilla Position Network, we have now added tonight our first stream has been added to YouTube. It'll be seen on the Being Humble with Jason Rumble Network, which will be being renamed in the next few days to the Gorilla Position Network's official YouTube, basically, where you can see videos. And right now it's I don't know if anybody's tuning in over YouTube or Facebook Live tonight. What's up with everybody? As always, it's me, BBB, Jason Rumble, along with AJP, Sidewalk Sam. And tonight, Mr. Jimmy Fingers will be known as Jimmy Drip Drip. What's up, fellas?
What's up, brothers?
So I'd like to say hello to the Facebook user that is out there right now. Brother Jason, what's up? And as always, some of you people here on Facebook, your picture doesn't come up, your name doesn't come up. Basically, it says Facebook user, and it says, Brother Jason, what's up? I would have to guess that could be Rochi. If not, the only other person that calls me Brother Jason would be Derek Plourde. And if you're watching tonight, hey man, what's up? So let's just kick it off with this real quick. This goes out to Trooper Gilmore. What's up, brother? You totally threw me off guard, Mr. James Allen. How's things going tonight? So first and foremost, this show, before Jimmy Drip Drip drops on a line on us here on the Gorilla Position Network that we came preempted, so we forgot to put in loving memory to Paul Orndorff. This show goes out to Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, R.I.P. Mr. Wonderful, part of WrestleMania 1, Hulk Hogan era. What more can be said?
I put a nice piece down. I mean,
very nice piece. Very nice piece.
I wrote that from the heart, man. I didn't go Googling or nothing. I just put down what I remembered about his history. Stand by his pile driver is the best I've ever seen, without a doubt.
Because he used to do the jumping pile driver. It just wasn't that shitty. I'm sorry to say, but Harley Race is one of the greatest ever, but he gave one of the shittiest pile drivers ever.
So did Ray Stevens, and Ray Stevens is an all-timer as well, as is Jerry Lawler, man.
Yeah.
Orndorff started doing that, because if you just look at the optics of it, it's like, okay, you got to protect the dude, but like that extra jump, you got that dead weight there, and then you just throw the jump. I'm like, shit, you know what I mean? I'm surprised he didn't blow his quads.
And I'm surprised he really didn't, for real, cripple anybody when doing it.
Yeah, no, he didn't hurt a single soul, man. And
my last memory of Paul Orndorff was about even like 10, 15 years ago, and I was surfing through, I think it was the Fight Channel here up here, and he was still wrestling. He's wrestling for UCW down in Florida, I think.
Yeah.
And he was still working like he was is like WrestleMania, and he was still putting on a good product.
I kind of glossed over his WCW thing. I mean, I didn't mean to say that it wasn't memorable. It just, his zenith was 84, 86.
Oh yeah.
He had the tag with Roma, Pretty Wonderful. They actually captured the tag titles, but he had the atrophy, and I listened to a lot of his interviews, and he really got screwed on that bowling alley investment, man, and he was really down on the dough. So he came back to WCW solely for the paycheck, and you can tell, but he still worked like a pro all the way through,
So, if anybody's seen the the numerous things on the wrestling dirt sheets today, AEW. That's right. AEW. Last night's episode was the number one watched cable television show.
Even with Game 4?
Number one watched cable television show.
I'm surprised.
Basketball's network. So I don't think they're matching it with the NBA.
I'm just telling you what. And I know everybody says numbers mean nothing. But if you go to Dirt Sheet Radio on Facebook and look at their page, it breaks it down. Dirt Sheet Radio is one of the only ones that I will use because they have a consistent, measurable, and credible word when putting up professional wrestling knowledge or just information in general. But yes, the demographics was number one. They outdrew Monday Night Raw numbers, even on Raw demographic numbers. It's mind-blowing.
Even still, like, as happy as I am to hear that, I'm very surprised because Game 4 of the NBA Finals was on last night.
Now, we're talking cable TV, Mr. Jimmy Drip Drip.
All right.
We're not talking national network.
Yeah.
We're talking cable. Cable consists of anything other than what would be considered local nationals, like your NBCs, your ABCs, and Foxes.
Still a good sign. It was a good show. It was definitely.
I didn't watch, but that is still impressive. The only clip I did see was, I don't know what he is, 65, 66-year-old, and Sting's still working the way he is.
Brother, I will definitely say this.
He did a quick run-in, I think, on.
I'm eating some more. We'll get to. We're going to talk everything. This is a super show tonight. There is no order. We'll put our frustrations out on Raw. We'll talk a little NXT. The only match I wasn't able to get to on NXT was the main event. You know,
it was great.
Yeah, it was.
I watched all of AEW, and I think. Listen, here's how I put it, and. Remember when WCW was before they had the NWO, and you would I know Jimmy can attest to this. I don't know what it was like in Canada, but here in the States, we used to be able to watch Saturday night on TBS, and they had a Sunday night show too.
I used to watch Saturday night on TBS. I did watch that, yes.
And then I'd watch the Sunday. Now, it was right before, realistically, they went Monday Nitro-ish and all this, but I more or less became interested in watching WCW over WWE because let's just face it, I grew up watching WWE or WWF, and this new thing became new to me. Because I'd never seen these dudes. I thought the studio style was so unique that it brought back old school wrestling feel to watching WWF television on a Saturday morning, whether it be the legit, real, old school all-star wrestling, which was WWF, Vince McMahon, early Saturday mornings, Creature double feature afterwards on LVI's channel 56 as kids watching up in the Boston area. And then I started watching WCW over Monday Night Raw, but I had a VCR, so I would always tape Raw, and I'd watch Raw after WCW because it brought in newer wrestlers on Monday night, and I became intrigued in following people like Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Juventud Guerrero, and then, like you said, Pelly, when Hulk Hogan went to WCW, because let's just face it, as much as we all say Hulk Hogan this, Hulk Hogan that, Hulk Hogan with the age demographic of right where we are between say 35 and 50, Hulk Hogan was a household name, whether or not you loved him or hated him.
Oh,
and
he still is, Rumble. He still is today.
But what I'm saying to us, other kids wouldn't understand. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they just wouldn't. I'm sorry. They just wouldn't. Would you not agree, Fingers?
Yep.
And it made me watch Monday Night. And then when Monday Night, when, Luger came and the quote-unquote Monday Night Wars started, I was intrigued in the different wrestlers. Did I think WCW production? I mean, I wasn't even in the business yet. I was just a wrestling fan. I knew that the things that the WWE did, production-wise, and the way they created characters and cut promos was way better than WCW. I knew that. But it was just the fact of watching something different, and there was people there that I wanted to see and feel enthralled about.
It's where I first saw Steve Austin.
Yeah. Speaking of something different, like when I was young, like as most of us all here, like on the weekend, your parents would make, or you'd have $20 and you go on a Friday night, and that would mean Saturday night I'd be stuck at home out in the country in Nova Scotia. But I moved in with my mom's boyfriend Charlie when I was like 16, and he had the cable that I didn't have when I was growing up down at my other place.
Yeah.
So Saturday nights I watched WCW Saturday Night, and that was kind of different for me as well, because where I grew up and everything, I grew up on Hulk Hogan, WWF, and stuff like that, and that was different wrestling to me, because WCW Saturday Night, it wasn't necessarily the larger than life wrestlers that WWF had. It kind of had the, would you agree, it had like the newer age wrestling that started, like the smaller wrestlers and
yeah, that's what it had. The guys that looked like Chris Candido.
Yeah, and it was more like a technical wrestling and a wrestling that was different. And then WCW Monday Nitro, even though they did have the larger life stars, one thing that stood out was that technical wrestling. Am I right or am I wrong?
True.
All right.
It reminded me more of of a New Japan feel to a certain extent when I watched New Japan tapes.
You got to remember too that WWE at that time, between that 93 and 95 era, was like, the trial was going on, and the Duke the Dumpster Drosy characters. It was really in a downswing, and WCW was quality. It's exactly what you're saying. It had that old school feel to it. It was more appealing for me to watch at that time. And then
I was totally, and I still am today. I've been WWF my whole life when I was a kid, and I still am today. And I don't know what'll change that. Unless what I heard. Have you heard on the sheets that Daniel Bryan may go to AEW? Have you heard that?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
It would not surprise me, man.
I think I don't know if you guys saw a post that Stephanie put out a couple days ago about, they intend to really get more cartoonish, with the graphics and everything like that. So I mean, look, when I was a kid, there was an audience for us, and just because I don't like it, and as much as I shit on it, there's an audience for those kids, and if that's what it's going to be, I'm not saying just because I don't like it that there won't be an audience for that shit. There will be, and it's just not going to be me. I like the hard-hitting realism of NXT, the more adult-like programming of AEW, and best of luck to the kids. If it's going to give them enjoyment, then all the power to them. But
I'm looking forward to tomorrow night SmackDown. See how that turns out.
I would love for you to, if you could put up that quote with Stephanie McMahon. I would love to read about it.
I have it. I have it screenshotted. I have it.
Cool.
Up after the podcast.
Cool. Yeah, man. I mean, you know what was funny is I seen one of the posts today earlier, and you were having your milk and cookies with Riddle and Nikki Cross, and I guess that must be the 5-year-old in me, because I just thought that was their comedy spot. I realistically, I just thought it was the comedy spot at WWE's Monday Night Raw. It was,
I make an exception for anything that Riddle's involved in.
And to me, it's
Riddle's
just
gold.
it
Riddle's
was like
gold.
it was like they stole an interview backstage from Hurricane Helms and RVD.
Yep.
You know,
and that's okay for the little kid in you, man. Like I said, like I do everything to get Mike going.
Yeah,
because he hates AEW so much that he'll put over anything shitty WWE's doing. I mean, yeah, he does credit. It's like people who hated Trump so bad ignore the fact that Joe Biden is like barely functioning as a human being. They just feel it's just I don't know, man. I just try to play the heel.
I'm just to the point right now, like I'm trying to keep an interest, because realistically, I can't wait till there's fans back, because the product has gotten to the point where there's other things on television, and especially at this time of year for me as a sports fan, and you guys as well, we got a Bruins game we could watch at one point in time. I'm an NBA basketball fan in general. So with me, I'm going to probably, if the NBA Finals was on Monday, which I don't believe it was, I would have opted to have watched the Finals game on Monday night just because I wanted to see Giannis or Chris Paul, two guys that, you know, going for the NBA title for the first time.
No doubt, man. But like you say, you know, you have those moments where you've got little ones, man. And you know, how could you not get involved? Like if my kids didn't say to me when I'm watching Raw, geez, Dad, that shit is corny, dude. I can't watch that. You know what I mean? If they were like into it, then I would probably be more apt to be into it.
Yep.
But I don't. Well, they get embarrassed for me. They're like, "What is this?" Because they've seen the old NW. Like when I tried to get them into wrestling before, you know, I took my youngest son to go see the Wyatt family. You know what I mean? Like they loved it. So I was like, "Okay, man, this is great," but it is deteriorated from that point. You know, like the Wyatt and the Shield, like those 6-man tags were like off the chain.
So like my son, when I showed him the graphic from SummerSlam today, because they have a graphic up, what we would like to see, which is Lashley versus Lesnar.
Yeah.
And then the graphic underneath was what you're really gonna see was Lashley versus Goldberg, and my kid didn't care. My kid was like,
really?
Yeah.
Well, Goldberg's supposed to come back on Raw next Monday.
Who told you that, and how did that come about?
I just saw it. It was on Facebook. I don't know if it was WWE or it was a couple of dirt sheet reports. Several of them said that Goldberg will be back on Monday Night on Raw.
I think Goldberg is the plan B because Brock's probably not coming. But if you go to continuity storytelling, okay, and here's where I get pissed off, because you know one of the things that pissed me off, logic gaps, like things that don't make sense. Now tell me, you guys as professional wrestlers, okay, from a storyline sense, should a champion be losing clean on?
I don't want to talk. But let's get right into it then.
Okay, because let me elaborate a little further, because the way I would predict it, if Brock isn't going to come, what I would rather see is for Big E to win the Money in the Bank and him face Lashley at SummerSlam, just to keep the continuity of Lashley fighting with the New Day, and then maybe somehow getting Kofi and Xavier to go hurt business and heal on.
The only reason I thought that Xavier Woods went over on Lashley on Raw, and the story they told at the end of the night, is that Xavier Woods is turning heel on Kofi.
Ah, good. I'll give you my 2 cents after. I like that, Pelly.
Yeah, Xavier Woods turning heel on Kofi on Sunday.
Here we go. Here's where I'm going with this right now. So I had 2 Jimmy Fingers moments on Monday Night Raw that I can recant or recall. One of my Jimmy Fingers moments was the opening contest of the night. Yo, Mike, we got the floor wide open. We're just talking and squawking. Basically, we're just going over the first match of Monday Night Raw to a certain extent.
And I just mentioned, and I want me to say what I mentioned.
Yep. I'll get into it. So basically, Fingers, I was thinking of Fingers because Fingers was at the point where he's talking about champions theoretically losing, but not losing a title, which I'm right there with them. It's a pet peeve of mine where, especially the week of the pay-per-view, Lashley putting over Xavier Woods. That's where I said that was one of my 2 Jimmy Fingers episodes of the night, where right away I go, Fingers is going crazy because the champ just put over Xavier Woods. But Pelly then reached upon saying that he believes it's a ploy, which I'm right there with you, Pelly. I'm thinking it's playing mind games with Kofi Kingston, and Kofi thinks it's going to be sort of a cakewalk because Xavier beats him, but they pull the rug from underneath, and the Hurt Business is as powerful as ever. What do you think, Stiffster?
Woods is going heel Sunday night.
Yeah.
Now, can you see Big E winning Money in the Bank and facing Lashley with the new Hurt Business on his side if Brock doesn't?
Nope. No. It's going to be McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Versus Brock.
Mm-hmm. Brock Lesnar versus Lashley at SummerSlam. Brock wins the title. McIntyre goes over on Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Okay, what if Brock doesn't come, which is a strong possibility?
Oh, it's not really a possibility. He's already on the main roster page.
It don't matter. There's memes and there's been suggestions that have come out over the past 48 hours that quite possibly Brock Lesnar will not be ready for SummerSlam, and stepping in his place could be none other than the man coming back to Monday Night Raw. Bam, 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 bam,
Please,
bam,
no.
bam, 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 bam,
I would drive up from a Chinese main.
Boom, 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 boom. Bill Goldberg it's the match we don't want to see compared to the match that we all want to see, which is Brock Lesnar.
Plan B. You know what?
That is the plan B right now.
Yeah, with the crowd coming back, with the crowd coming back, when they see Goldberg, he'll get over. He will get over with the crowd when they see Goldberg.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you, it's going to be Lesnar.
Let's just hope so. I want to know why is Bill Goldberg coming back to Monday Night Raw next week?
Because he's got 2 matches still in his contract. He already told you that.
Yeah, I understand that. But
he's going to be over. He's going to be over.
They're doing it because the fans are coming back. You do realize they're in talks at CM Punk. You know that, right?
Listen, everybody's in talks with everybody right now, man. After AEW being the #1 cable-rated television show on Wednesday night, outdoing Raw's numbers.
Me and Mike were high-fiving about that privately on
No,
Instagram.
no, we weren't. No, we weren't. Wait a minute. Did you say outdid Raw's numbers?
Yes, they did.
What did they pull?
It won. They had. Oh, they outdrew their demographics. Go to Dirt Sheet Radio. The
What did
numbers
they
were
pull
all.
total? 1.02 million. Raw did 1.6. SmackDown did 1.8. Get your facts straight, motherfucker.
Well, it was the #1 rated TV show on cable television Wednesday night. That's all you need to know.
Okay. People like watching shit. I don't know.
Listen, I put it like this.
Dude, I can hang shit off a tree on Wednesday night and people would watch it. Seriously. They did not outdo Raw or SmackDown. Nice try, though.
Agree to disagree.
Dude, I'll pull the numbers up right now.
I agree to disagree.
Yeah, bullshit.
What the hell? Right. Why do all your Yankees got fucking COVID right now, killing them this game
no
tonight?
Shit, huh? What's the score?
There is no game. Postponed because the Yankees got COVID.
It's just another fucking kicking the balls, I guess. I don't know.
Judge is one of them.
Judge is one under protocol right now.
Unbelievable. They'll be shutting baseball down soon.
It doesn't make sense because
nope.
There's 85% vaccinated. They did the Phillies game last week with the same deal. Some said it was like a coup that they wanted that extra day off from the All-Star game, and like someone pulled some weird shit.
I agree. Totally agree.
We'll take a doubleheader on Saturday.
But yeah, no, Raw. AEW did not beat Raw's numbers.
Well, maybe they didn't beat Raw's numbers, but I do know last night they were the #1 cable rated. They got the #1 rating.
That's why.
What?
There was no other sports on.
Game NBA Finals was on.
NBA Finals were on last night.
Again, there was nothing else on. It's Phoenix and who's going to watch that crap? Not me.
Mike's getting his info from WWEshill.com.
No, see, I'm like you, fountain of misinformation. I know what I'm talking about, bozo. They didn't do nothing for Paul Orndorff. Yes, they did. You ding dong.
Like I told you, I fell asleep with 30 seconds before it started.
I fell asleep halfway through it. It's fine.
I woke up and grown men were shooting each other.
grown men shooting each other with super soakers.
The match itself was good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, give me
Ricochet and Morrison.
Give me Morrison.
Oh my God, they stole the fucking night,
bro. Yep. What a match again! Excellent. What a match again!
It was definitely the best one out of the 5.
Listen, I cannot complain about the action in ring that Monday Night Raw produced. The match. What?
It's the other crap.
Yes.
At least they started off Raw. They started off Raw with wrestling this week. There was no promo to start it off.
That's one thing I was glad about. But even though Bobby Lashley went on his temper tantrum at the end, I thought that was the absolute shits.
Well, there's 2 ways you can look at that. First is they're going to make him back into the monster that he should have been all along, and he's going to destroy Kofi. Or we're just going to cause Kofi to lose and join the Hurt Business.
That's what's going to happen.
I hope that happens. I really do.
I think it's going to happen. What did you guys think of? We'll just go through the matches. When I'm not going to read nothing because I want to cover a lot of bases tonight. What did you guys think of the sword episode where Jinder Mahal revealed that the sword had not been broken down, and Drew McIntyre unveils the real sword and then decides to go haymaker on that beautiful custom bike of Jinder Mahal's?
That bike looked
Made
like
me
it was
sick to my stomach.
Would the sick to your stomach be because you didn't like the skit, or you couldn't stand the fact that they destroyed such a nice motorcycle?
Both.
Both. That's what I knew you'd say that. Yeah.
Do you
I
not like?
ride, so it made it even worse because I ride. I have a Harley, so that's what made it worse for me.
I understand.
that bike looked like it was made out of plastic.
I was going to say the same thing, that looked like a plastic motorcycle in the back.
Well, the fairings are plastic, but he legitimately ripped off that gas tank because when he threw it, you saw the gas come out of it.
I saw the gas. Yep.
The exhaust pipes were already detached because you can't just pull those off like that.
Yeah.
So the bike was rigged. It probably wasn't Jinder's real bike. It was probably a bike that they bought and rigged it. But yeah,
I don't think
it
Jinder
still bothered me.
What'd you say, Fingers?
I says I don't even think that Jinder knows how to ride a bike.
No, he can ride. That's
He
legit.
rides. Because he rode that thing in.
I must have missed that.
You're during your cat nap.
Yeah.
You know, us old people, we go to sleep during these kid shows.
That's right.
Just like the reverse when kids used to fall asleep in the movie theater on adults. We fall asleep on Monday Night Raw. So then, that segment, Pelly, what did you think about that segment? What do you think about the angle and all that McIntyre and Mahal are getting involved in? And what do you think? Do you think that this is something an angle that WWE is going to keep up with?
I think they should, because McIntyre's been one of the most over baby faces of the past 2 years, and Mahal, I think the way he works could be a top heel in the next 2 years in the future.
Yeah.
So let's put these guys together, have a great match, and hopefully, if the crowd, if they, the back or the agents or whoever's putting these matches together, they hear the result for the crowd, who to put over for the future, make Jinder the top heel or make McIntyre that baby face, like Mike said, to go into the future and win a world title. I think one of these guys, whether it be McIntyre or Mahal, should get a world title shot in the future.
I think the time's passed on McIntyre, man. I think he needs a break from the title picture.
Nope. He's going to get his WrestleMania moment.
Yo, was that a coyote that you put on your Facebook, Forbes?
That was right out front of my house. I don't know what the hell it was.
Get a gun.
It's either a coyote or a fox.
That's why I put Fox on the Run behind it.
And if that's a fox out during the day, he got rabies.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. It's about the fourth time I seen him, and he's like not running from anybody, really.
That make any sense to you, Rumble?
Yes. I think right now that they should be putting and I said this a while ago, that McIntyre's story needs to be put to rest. He now needs to become mid-card material, and I think Orton should be the next guy that goes back into the elevation stages. I would like to see probably Riddle entwined with McIntyre at some point, and that would be the guy that gives McIntyre a rub, so to speak, for more credibility purposes.
All right. So back to the numbers. So I'm going to prove you wrong, as usual. Firefest Night 1, 1.025 million. NXT did 705,000. Raw did 1.16 million, and SmackDown did 1.881 million.
Okay.
So you can
Pretty close.
shut.
They're getting closer. I'm not a big AEW fan. I don't watch much of it, but they're gaining ground.
Yes,
And
sir.
this just in per PWI Insider, NWA and Impact Wrestling will be going into a working agreement.
I like that.
It's been there and done that before, if you think about it.
But NWA has no talent. That's why they're doing this.
Okay. Now, so does that close the door on the Impact AEW working relationship?
Well, so Don Callis is no longer part of Impact. He's now a full-time employee of AEW. The Good Brothers contract ended last week with Impact, so now they're going to sign with AEW. So, yeah, probably. Because you've never really seen any Impact wrestlers invade AEW. It was always vice versa.
And the one thing that made me notice this, that I'm going to point this out again, Omega has not been coming out with any of the other belts anymore. He has been solely coming out with the AEW heavyweight title.
He's going to be doing the job for Sami Callihan. I can tell you that much.
Yep.
That's this week, isn't it?
I believe so. And then I believe what's his name there? El Idolo is working him for AAA in the middle of August. And and then El Idolo could be getting the belt from him.
Yep. All the belts he's collected are coming off of him. I don't know what they're going to do with the eight. I think Adam Page should have won that title a long time ago, in my opinion. But,
bro, the angle they did last night on Dynamite was really was good. But if it was produced in the WWE, it would be great.
Right. Well,
I'm sorry.
Not for nothing, but the Young Bucks should not have titles. Neither should Omega. So they got.
Listen, they know that themselves. Omega did this because Omega and the Bucks and the agreement of the other guys, obviously, Tony Khan. They did this solely because that's what the fans were expecting to see. Those were the guys that they wanted.
I understand that, but it sends a bad morale message to the locker room. Basically, you're saying there's nobody in this locker room that can carry the company, and there's tons of people in that locker room that can carry the company.
Agreed.
Of them.
Yeah. Eventually,
Adam
Page will be getting that belt next. They all knew it was going to go. It was going to be Jericho and then Moxley. It was part of an agreement. One of the main reasons why they got Moxley away from New Japan Wrestling solely was because that Moxley would become an AEW champion.
But he still holds a title in New Japan.
Yeah, United States title.
He's defending that against
New Japan title.
Yeah, I know that. But he's not he was going to sign solely with New Japan.
So, anybody watch NXT last night or Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't watch was the main event.
Well, Karrion Kross attacked Samoa Joe. So, guess who's taking that title off of Karrion Kross? Samoa Joe. Like I said was going to happen.
Never disagreed. I wouldn't think anything more if Samoa Joe's in putting his 2 cents into it. And if a person like Cross is going up, why wouldn't Samoa Joe? If it wasn't going to be Joe, it was going to be Finn Balor or Adam Cole.
Nope.
That
Finn Balor's going back up. He's going back to Raw. Adam Cole is going to end up getting the title eventually, but right now it's going to be Joe's going to have it for a while.
when did you hear that Finn Balor's going back up to Raw?
He said it himself on his Twitter that he's ready to go back up, and that he will more likely be. That's why I haven't seen him. And you might see Keith Lee back at NXT.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Is that because they're going to lose Bronson Reed to the big roster?
Yep. And Joe's going to need somebody to feud with. That will be a good match.
Oh, Keith Lee and Samoa Joe will be off the hook.
I'm looking forward to Bronson Reed and Adam Cole.
That's going to be a good match.
Happening in NXT?
Yeah, next week.
Cool. So we talked a little bit about, we were getting into a little bit about the supposed rumor of Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, quite possibly signing with AEW.
Well, let's poke holes in that story right now. If he was going to sign with AEW, would he done it a long time ago? He does not have a no complete clause. His contract expired. He ain't going nowhere because of what WWE did for him to get him back in the ring. So he is definitely an WWE loyal employee. Do I think he's going to wrestle again? Part-time, but I don't think he's going to go to AEW.
Thing is, where did you see the report on Bryan?
It was on Facebook. It's bullshit. If you read the article, that's all speculation. There's just no solid evidence. But I'm going to tell you right now, Braun Strowman's going to end up in AEW.
Really?
I hope not.
Oh, yeah. What?
I hope not.
Well, who's going to end up there? Guarantee it.
Why is that?
Because he's been going back and forth with Warlow on fucking Twitter. So, I mean, there's only 4 people in that company that he can actually legitimately look decent with, and that's Warlow, Archer, and the Machine. What the fuck's his name?
Brian Cage.
Brian Cage, yeah. Brian Cage.
Yeah. There's everybody else he'll destroy.
So then that must mean his knees all better.
Supposedly.
Braun should come back and fight almost.
No. I don't know.
That match was a doozy.
Which one?
Yeah.
Man.
The almost not Ivar, the other guy.
Eric.
Well, do you actually think that Eric was going to get anything in on him? He shouldn't have fucking even touched him. Should have been squashed. The guy's fucking 7'8". Like, seriously. You can't clown that kid. There's no way. If you clown that kid out and job him out, you ruined his career.
Yep.
I would have liked to see Eric at least get a punch or two and maybe down to a knee and do a scream or two.
No. It made sense. He didn't. He shouldn't even have. He shouldn't even have leaned under the ropes. He shouldn't even toppled to the ropes.
That was That was probably one of the disappointing parts of Raw. I mean,
they can't do what they did to Big Show because it ruined Big Show. It really did.
I thought the women's match wasn't all that. The women's tag match wasn't all that bad.
I thought there should have been more of Nikki Ash and Alexa Bliss working each other in that match.
Okay, yeah, it was a 4-way.
Because they're the two standout characters in that match, and I thought there should have been more of those guys working together, and there wasn't.
I mean, Alexa face Bliss.
Yeah, they're turning her face.
You notice she lost the contacts?
The best way to do it is to get her after Eva Marie. Of course, that's the only way to do it.
Do you notice that she lost the contacts as well?
I don't want to say it. I might get Mike mad, so I'll call her Piper Niven. I like Piper. I can see her. Give her a year or two. She should be a future champion.
She's gonna go. She's gonna turn face too. She's gonna get sick of evil crap shit. So
Yeah, she'll probably go with Alexa Bliss, and there'll be a unit, and the fans will cheer that.
Alexa with Piper Nevin.
Yep,
I can see that.
especially if they beat down Eva Marie. Like,
Oh, we're
fuck
Rumble.
the hatred for Eva Marie is so bad that the will just get over as a babyface if she goes there.
But the thing of it is, though, she's doing her job as a heel.
Eva Marie.
I guarantee, dumbass didn't. What you forget to charge your laptop, ding dong?
No, it's fully charged. Something happened where it just jumped me offline.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, Eva Marie is irritating a lot of people, but she's doing her job as a heel.
Yep.
Sorry.
Agree.
Yeah,
A good
agreed.
heel.
She is. That's why her live crowd ambiance ought to be very interesting this Monday on Raw.
I'm going to tell you right now, the live crowd's going to be all over Monday Night Raw if they fuck this up. They're going to be fucking booed out of the fucking building.
What do you think Friday night's going to be like?
I think Friday night's going to be fucking hot because it's going to be the first time in front of a crowd, and they're going to since WrestleMania, and I think they're going to tear it up.
Hope
I
so.
like that the Bloodline finally put the Bloodline in the forefront.
Yeah. So I remember one of the last things we had talked about the last time we were live was the Uso DUI, and we were wondering what was going to go on Friday Night SmackDown, and I tuned into Friday Night SmackDown, and
Vince went to the police station with a briefcase like he did for Superfly back in the 80s.
I'll tell you right now, they did touch on it, and he lost his shit about it. So we'll see.
it seemed like Roman threw like a stinger in it and mentioned it real quick. It was like, what have you been doing? Or he said something like, I forget exactly what the line was, but I was like,
You honestly think they were going to take him off TV? Absolutely not. I told you this last week. It doesn't work without them. It does not work without them at all.
What do you think? Vince got Ubers for him everywhere he's going now.
Or he's got somebody specifically to drive his ass around, and that's it.
Yeah,
His wife's probably driving him around.
Dude, and all the people who went after his wife are a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah.
What was the words about the wife?
Dude, people on Twitter were telling her to go kill herself.
Why?
Because they didn't like what he did. This is why I hate people.
Yeah. So what did you guys think about the return of Humberto Carrillo versus the broken face Sheamus?
Right there.
No shit, dipwad. Where the fuck you been? I already know who that is.
Yeah,
What a fucking clown.
And then this was my second Jimmy Fingers moment of the night was when Damian Priest came out during this match and the entrance music came on.
Hey, but at least there's something new there, and a USA title feud maybe.
Priest is getting that title.
That I'm happy.
Money in the Bank, or are they gonna wait till
Monday night. Next Monday night probably.
Yeah, probably Monday night because Sheamus is getting married. He's gonna be gone for a while.
That's why you'll lose the strap.
Oh, that's probably why Sheamus was so bullshit that he got his face broken.
Yep.
Oh man. What do you guys think of the match in general? What do you think about Carrillo? Think he's about to get buried, or is this, or And this was the end of his rise, or will the new writing brass continue to utilize Humberto?
I don't seeing a rise.
You never know. You never know.
He's got a long career ahead of him.
And then what we'll call match of the night was next. Jimmy Drip. What did you? The only thing that you could really pick apart on this is you felt that they were 10-year-olds playing their squirt gun games, but other than that, it was the best match they've had thus far.
Absolutely, 100%.
That was a fucking pay-per-view match. That's what that was.
Yep.
Great match.
Ricochet is showing his worth. I'm sorry, man. Vince should have never. Vince kept him during this time under his thumb. But what if a person like Ricochet's talents can realistically only be respected by live crowds? And the reason why he's elevated Ricochet once again is because they're ready to go back in front of live crowds.
Totally agree. If he would have did that stuff like that 450, that post dive, that ladder dive in front of a live crowd like they had last week, dude, he'd be pushed up. He'd be one of the most pushed baby faces that there is. Maybe that's what's going to happen Monday night.
I think that's one of the reasons why they have him.
He could win Money in the Bank, dude.
You know what would get him over even more is if he took Miz and wheeled him off the side of the stage.
Yeah, but if Miz wasn't recovered from ACL surgery and could protect himself, you'd probably see that happen.
Baby faces that there is.
And I thought that was going to happen the other night, and that Miz was going to end up whacking that leg and flipping over in that wheelchair, but it didn't happen.
Well, then he should be fucking.
How did I know that Rochi is an AEW mark? How did I know that? What a fucking tool!
Because he's over 12.
No one's talking to you, bozo. Shut your face. Where's Howdy Doody?
He likes adult
why? I gotta ask. Why do you hate AEW so much?
Why do I hate it so much?
Yep.
So, first of all, I dislike the Young Bucks. They're overrated. I think Moxley's overrated, and I honestly and truly believe that fucking Kenny Omega is not good at all. not one aspect of him is good. So, you can laugh all you want, but he sucks on the mic, and you know it. Don't even deny it doesn't suck on the mic.
I think the more and more the longer he talks, yes, when it's quick and to the point,
agreed.
It's all good.
I'm laughing at that Mike that thinks that Kenny sucks in the ring.
Yeah, see, I don't think his ring talents are bad. That's one thing I don't think. His mic skills, I can agree with you there.
You put Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Cody Rhodes back in the WWE, and they're fucking mid-carders. If that.
No way.
100%.
Maybe Cody Rhodes, but Omega would have incredible matches with Roman, would have incredible matches with Seth Rollins, Cesaro, AJ Styles,
Styles, yes, because they've worked before.
Finn Balor.
I like to see Kenny Omega and Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle he'd have a great match with. I think he'd have a great match with Ricochet. Yeah, I don't agree with Kenny wouldn't have great matches. I think he would have to be a heel in order for him to get over with the WWE audience and have a manager talk for him, yes. As a babyface, his talking skills, you're absolutely right. He does not have microphone talking skills. So, yes, that right there I can agree with. But as an in-ring performer, no way.
No.
And do I agree?
Agree or disagree?
I think the Bucks, to a certain extent, they would only fit with working with the few tag teams there. I think the Bucks and the Raiders would tear it up, and I think the Bucks and Usos. But those are the only teams that are realistically tag teams in the WWE right now, main roster wise. And I think the Bucks would have great matches with MSK.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Cody Rhodes is a mark for himself. Cody Rhodes thinks he's Triple H. Now he thinks he's the Miz with this brand new show that he's coming out with. That's his reality show that's now on TNT.
So there's my point exactly. If AEW worried about AEW and not what WWE's doing, they would be fine. That's my point. Worry about your product, build your product up, then go after WWE. Because right now, they're not even in the same fucking league. As bad as Raw is, they're still not in the same fucking league as WWE.
AEW's Wednesday night show blew match-wise, except for maybe Ricochet, except for Ricochet's match, was just as was if not better.
And NXT blew AEW out of the water.
Oh, I'm not going to say that they didn't. Listen, AEW's thing is this, and this is the way I opened the show tonight, was saying, remember being a kid and discovering Superstation TBS. And then all of a sudden, as a kid, as a wrestling fan, you're like, whoa, what's this stuff on Saturday nights and Sunday nights? And you tune in because it was different than what you watched and you grew up with. Then it goes over to the Monday nights. And what drew me over to Monday night wasn't the fact that Lex Luger drew, was just the fact that I was a wrestling fan in general. Did I believe the talent that was in WCW was as good as what was on my beloved WWE? No, but there was certain peoples and just certain things that I liked watching with WCW. Then when like a childhood hero, like a Hulk Hogan, decides to go to WCW, you continue to watch. Do I think AEW's production level or the way they cut promos is anything in comparison to the WWE? No, I've never said that, and I won't believe it. They shoot two different colored televisions. They shoot two different styles, okay, of TV. You can tell that, and the production is so different. Does that mean that after 2 years that they can't go anywhere? No, I think that I think it's good to have an alternative product right now, and whether or not you or I believe that these guys are top quality, they generate sales. And they generate more money than a company that's been out for almost 20 years, which is Impact, who originally was TNA.
Hold on a second, Jeff. When you have active workers being the front office, it's a problem.
Yeah,
agreed.
Mike, that's nothing that I will not disagree with you at. But I believe
that's one of the reasons why I don't like AEW, because you have the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and freaking Omega as the front office, and they're all over.
I believe, now this is just my opinion, I believe by 2022, the Young Bucks will move backstage. And I believe Omega before 2022 will end up.
Last one. He's so banged up, it's pathetic.
So,
if that's a legitimate reason to show hate, that is.
I understand, and I believe, and I know this is no excuse. I believe they just did it for the fans that were expecting this. I think that they made the gravest mistake in the world by signing on to be VPs. If anything, they should have just signed on as, like, say, liaisons to try and help roster AEW for Tony Khan.
Do you know that Tony Khan had reached out to Kevin Sullivan to run the whole company, and they kiboshed it in 2 seconds?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like hearing that.
They need somebody who has been there, done that, been a booker, been a promoter, who's not active in the ring.
I would love that.
But you know what I'm saying? That's what they need. They need somebody to be in direction. Iron Anderson obviously is not doing it. Byron the Big Show and Mark Henry to try to be that, they're not there yet.
They don't have, Mike, you know as well as I do that just because you wrestled there doesn't mean you have the ability to fucking master on how to run a show. Let's just face it.
Do you think Jake could do it?
No, I don't think Jake could do it. No.
Even though here we've been talking about WCW and stuff like that tonight, even though he failed with that, what about Eric Bischoff?
Nope.
I think like it would have to be someone like not Bischoff himself, but yes, he would have to have experience like an Eric Bischoff. Sorry to say, he'd have to have experience like a Vince Russo. Sorry to say, he'd have to have experience like a Bruce Pritchard. Hence why that's what the WWE, if you haven't heard the last names that I mentioned, have all been with the WWE except for Kevin Sullivan. Now, people say, well, why Kevin Sullivan? Wasn't he the guy that the WCW would down ship with?
No.
Theoretically, to certain people, they would say yes. But in reality, no. His power got stripped 2 years before
they shit the bed.
WCW started to go downhill. He was taken out of power I can't say without power. He was stripped of Monday Nitro and Thunder. The only product that Kevin Sullivan had control over was Saturday night and Sunday night on TBS. Other than that, full control of Monday and Thunder was Eric Bischoff.
And also, what's his face? You just mentioned him too.
The only thing AEW could hope is that Paul Heyman quit WWE or Paul Heyman was let go by WWE and pick him up. Other than that,
no. That will never happen. Nope.
That ain't happening. I think right now, AEW has a guy right now that's playing manager with Kenny Omega that actually has a great mind for the wrestling business. A guy like
that's why they signed him.
A guy like Don Callis. A guy like Don Callis could legitimately control those operation parts of that company. Yes. I think Don Callis would be the guy. But in order for that to happen, and I think that what everybody, the flip side of the coin is, yes, the book is right now are the over guys in the company. And what sucks is they keep on getting more over with this fake Bullet Club shit that they're doing. Even now, bro, the fans were like, in that Dynamite television taping last night was one of the most electric crowds I've heard in a very long time. Like they were behind their product. They got true life fans. It's a cult like ECW to a certain extent. As much as we don't agree with what they do, they have a great fan base going right now.
I'm not disagreeing with that. That's not why I dislike them.
No, I know you. You're old school. You believe. And listen, they said it themselves, and I know we're not going to believe what they say. Maybe what we take it with the grain of salt. Omega and the Bucks have said on numerous occasions that it was not intended for them to put themselves in the title positions. They were just on the roster for the roster stake. It was the cry from the AEW fans' sake themselves to have that happen.
Well, they should know better.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to rank. They should know better.
Now, keep in mind, though, maybe it was a smart decision to put them in those spots during the pandemic. And then, obviously, when when All Out comes around, get that gold off them in front of a crowd.
I think the belt's going to Santana and Ortiz. That would be the team that should take them.
100%. That's the team.
And I believe Adam Page goes over as the next champion.
I'm dying to see what they're going to do with Brian Cage because they turned him face.
Yep. I knew he was going to turn face. You can see it coming on their television.
Get the 63-year-old Sting out of the ring because it's not working.
Bro, his stuff with Darby Allin was great, Mike. Kudos to Sting.
I agree.
He worked. He really did. He worked for what he did. He wasn't in the ring. He came down. He did a little bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, and he worked very well with what's his name there? RH. I was ready to call him Fox there. What's his name? RH Fox or something like that. The kid from the Indies. Scorpio Sky's who he tangled with. They had a good little melee. The match between Darby Allin and Ethan Page. When I first thought of that match being a highlighted match as a main event, I was very skeptical. By the time I got to the end of that, they put on a great match.
I don't know.
Darby Allin, at the end of the match, after he put the kid in the coffin, he did the coffin drop onto the wooden coffin from the top rope. Stupid move, but it looked great. And for young school wrestling, as we'll call it, those kids, that demographic went away loving what happened. Now, me, who's a former son of a carpenter, when I seen the way that they built that fucking coffin, and when the coffin top broke, it had 45-degree angle cutouts from 2x4s that were sharp edges, that he came about 6 inches away from possibly impaling himself with one of those ending up in his lungs. Yeah, they put on a good match. Ethan Page reminds me a lot of a bargain store Robert Roode. So when we got to we talk AEW, then we get into Raw, then we get back to AEW. Now we're back to Raw. What did you guys think of the grade wise of the Morrison Ricochet matchup?
I give it an A.
Yeah.
Definitely an A.
Do you think?
A.
Yeah. Now, do you think if that match goes to pay-per-view that these guys are going to have more to give them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been giving more and more each week, so.
Their styles fit with each other. Their chemistry is amazing.
Yep. Storyline-wise and match-wise, for the past couple of weeks, I think Raw has done better putting better matches together. Then it brings me to the Rhea Ripley versus Natty matchup. What did you guys think of that matchup last night on Monday night?
Pass. Just keep going. This stupid Flair came out. Keep going.
Besides Flair,
with Rhea Natty, it was decent wrestling. Like they went out there and wrestled. There was no spots. They just wrestled. I thought it was okay.
Well, the match itself made no sense. Not to mention that Natty's been thrown into the Money in the Bank after losing her last 2 matches. Like, why is she awarded a spot in Money in the Bank?
True, I like hearing that.
And she's a tag team champion too. Why would they do that? If you notice on the men's side, there's still an open slot.
Yes. Who do you think that's for?
Cena? Cena to show up Sunday and take it?
Cena's either going to show up Friday or is going to show up the Friday after Money in the Bank and challenge Roman Reigns.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's definitely going to be a surprise.
If you had to guess, who do you think it's going to be? Is he on the roster right now?
No.
Nope. He's not on the roster.
Is it a SmackDown hole or is it a Raw hole?
It could be either or.
It could be
Finn Balor. It could be Finn Balor, or because they have said they're promising surprises for Money in the Bank. It could be Cult of Personality.
CM Punk, yeah.
Man, I don't think so.
This is his window. He's got a small window.
Yes, he does. Do you think it's going to be a qualifying match Friday night on SmackDown to get that last person?
Nope. I think they're going to leave it as is and throw it as a surprise. We'll find out Sunday night.
Yeah. So for the women's match, I thought it was good. I'm so sick and tired of seeing Flair versus Ripley. And what made it disappointing even more was at the end when she put that stupid figure 4 on and wrenched it underneath the rope.
It's the figure 8. It's a fucking pain in my ass 8.
So yeah, Charlotte Flair can leave the WWE tomorrow. They should just let her go to AEW to be with Andrade. I wouldn't mind at all. It would not be heartbroken.
Yeah, no, me either.
So, bro, are you wearing shoes and knee-high socks?
Those are the clown.
Holy crap.
All he needs is a freaking horn and be all set.
All he needs is some Buddy Holly glasses with some fucking retard lenses, and he would look like a power nerd.
Oh, my God.
Magic? Oh, my God. You're funny. And so to end the Raw segment here, basically, there you go, a little Shaq action. I have his shirt, the Celtic shirt.
This is me at work here.
Continue. Ignore the clown. Ignore the sideshow.
So,
Moss.
Also, real quick, it also could be the Fiend because he's supposed to be back like soon.
Okay.
Like real soon.
Looks like a Jamaican guitar. So you guys, evidently you guys were right because, Bleacher Report is right there with you. They're behind you. They understand what the segment was meant for because they graded it a B. So they evidently liked the MVP lounge segment. Me, myself, to end the show without a crowd like that and at least a little bit of confrontation. You know,
Back to business.
Back
to business.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was a hot ending.
Well, we'll see what happens Sunday night.
That we will. That we will.
There you go. Awesome, brother.
Forbes family of Nova Scotia. Hilarious.
Excellent. Yeah, brother. I've seen it. Yeah.
So, talk a little NXT. They opened up. They opened up, and I believe it was was it Amber Moon that opened the show up?
Yeah, Amber Moon and Dakota Kai.
And then they put a little graphic there of the good luck to Shotzi and Forbes. I do remember you saying, "Why can't Michael blah 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 know who Piper Nevin is?" But these guys know who who Shotzi and who was it? Tegan Knox with her?
Yeah, Knox.
Yeah.
And they were sure to drop their names too. They're down to one name each now.
Yeah, just like Riddle. Man, I
reported through my sources that Shotzi worked a dark match a month ago.
Okay. What is technically a dark match nowadays when they're all dark? There's no fucking crowd.
Yeah, I know. True. I think it's I think they put it on main event. No, they didn't even put that on main event. Just so Vince could have a look, I guess.
Yep, and people didn't believe it that Vince was down there scouting.
Dexter Lumis, man, I see money in that dude.
Oh yeah. There's like a mystery about him, and it gets over with the crowd.
He's so ominous. The way he was sliding from underneath the ring last night, the blank stare. He reminds me so much of Stunning Steve Austin, just the way he looks, but more handsome. Good-looking dude.
Mysterious. It's like a less is more mystery that gets over with the crowd.
I can't.
He's a handsome dude.
You all right, Mike?
I just can't. Why? You not believe? You don't think he? I think what Fingers means by reminds him of Stone Cold of a stunt is that hairdo.
That's his appearance, his look in the face. He does look like Stunning Steve Austin.
I don't think he looks like Stunning Steve Austin. I think the hairdo, to me, that hairdo that he has, I call it the Fry Guy do.
I can't.
He reminds me.
I can't tonight.
Visually reminds me of. You're gonna tell me that Dexter can't wrestle?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that he can't wrestle, but it's two different fucking gimmicks.
It's what?
It's two different gimmicks, you ding dong.
No shit.
Oh,
I said he reminds me visually of Stunning Steve Austin.
Visually, all right. Yeah, listen. Like I said, the hair and the butt and the physique, I can see to that. Maybe not really so in the face because he's got Manson lamps and Stone Cold didn't have Manson lamps.
Thank you.
Stone Cold, to me, doesn't have that.
Can we all agree that we love Dexter Lumis?
We can all agree I love Dexter Lumis, and so does Indy Hartwell.
That's a nice little storyline there. I think she dropped them though.
I would have doubted it. It's a big dude.
Yeah, she got about 10 steps. I was like, she's dropping him because he is solid.
The big dude. So Amber Moon and Dakota Kai kick it off. I look at my son and I said to my son, who wins this? And he goes, Dakota Kai. I go, you're out of your mind. I go, Amber Moon's going over. What happens? Dakota Kai wins.
Now, I've been thinking about this, and I'm not sure. Is it because she's 6 feet and the champ that Dakota Kai would throw Ember Moon out to her during the match?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the match was decent. I like Amber Moon. I thought Amber Moon was going to hit the total eclipse and go over 1, 2, 3, but things didn't go that way.
But if I was wrestling and I had a manager, but she's not a manager, she's a wrestler and she's the champion of the promotion, I'd utilize her during my match if I was a heel, and I throw her out to her. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they didn't do that at all. She didn't do that at all during the match.
Gonzalez is going up as well.
What?
Gonzalez is going up as well.
She's greener than goose shit. Why are they putting her up already?
Well, Amber Moon's going to take that title.
I agree. The shits.
Yeah.
I agree. Gonzalez is. I don't know why she's even having the title.
I don't see much in Raquel Gonzalez. Would Vince must like her because she's tall. And sees probably a good matchup between her and Rhea Ripley.
I don't know.
I want to know who said this hi.
I'll tell you in a minute.
I wonder if that came. Well, no, it didn't come from YouTube. It came from Facebook. We're streaming live on YouTube right now too.
Oh, and I'm swearing. Thanks, appreciate that.
Why? What is
Trying to
YouTube?
be. I'm just saying. I didn't know that you were streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, and Facebook Live. Yep, I have this on. I have us on my phone right now, just in the channel, and I'm trying to see who put hi. Oh, Dana Christie. What's up, Dana?
$17. Please pay with cash or credit.
What did you guys think? What do you guys think of this new Diamond Mind faction that's going on right now?
Please remove your credit card.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do you think the MMA gimmick's going to get over?
Yes. You know why? Because Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher both have it that way.
Sorry.
Yes. Because the MMA style cage fight that they had, the pit fight, was over in the WWE. Wow. So news just came out now that it's Judge Kyle Higanoka and one other player. And now they're doing contact tracing with everybody the Judge was around. Bradley Beal ruled out of Tokyo Olympics and the COVID-19 health and safety protocols on Wednesday. I thought we was I guess we're not at the end of seeing this COVID bullshit. Man. So anyways, back to NXT, back to wrestling. What do you think of the Diamond Mine gimmick going on right now, Mike?
I love it.
Yep. The manager that they have, was he Ring of Honor at one point in time?
Yes, he was.
All right, now I remember him. Was the Diamond Mine the thing that we thought was going to be the faction from MLW?
It was supposed to be, yes, but the sale of MLW was being held up.
Why is that?
MLW backed out at the moment. They want to see if they can make it go. Yeah, they want to see if they can make it go.
So, yeah, because I noticed they have a live show, I believe, next week.
Yeah.
Their first live show, along with Impact's first live crowd, is coming up, too.
Yeah.
I think this will be their last pay-per-view without a crowd.
Yes.
If I were them, I would have came out and did it in the crowd because, man, having Omega Callahan really could have gave him a nice little crowd and something to build with.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Jimmy Drip Drip needs a drip stick. Yeah, don't tell him that. He's a dipstick instead of a drip stick.
No kidding. Bozo the Clown. Love him to death, but Bozo.
Jimmy Dip Dip, not Jimmy Drip Drip.
All right. Let's continue so I can go to bed.
So
I got to be up early tomorrow, go to work.
yeah, man, I hear you. So what did you think about Saray versus Gigi Gillione?
I'm curious to see if she's got any teeth left in her head after that fucking kick to the face. Holy crap.
Yeah. She was impressive. The girl in the black, Dolan or something?
Yeah. She was actually pretty good. She was pretty good.
Like her gimmick, they gave that match a D. And then we got Loomis versus Santos Escobar. And I believe at the end of this, as Escobar and his contingent walk up the ramp, they are confronted by by Hit Row.
I'm gonna tell you right now that Hit Row's got to go. They are horrendous.
Oh no! What? I didn't like the one guy's rap, but it's a great gimmick, Mike.
Nah, I don't know, something about it.
I love the gimmick.
Yeah,
I think it's a great gimmick. I think because Pelly, the speed rap was the best thing that he did.
But I like the gimmick. I like the gimmick, but the speed rap didn't get over with me. But the gimmick and everything, I do like it. But that was the only thing that didn't really get over with was the speed rap.
I like the gimmick. It does something to make Swerve, how can I put, relevant. And, yeah. No different than, no different than, a lot different, not no different, but a lot different than Men on a Mission, but still. So then it was the first round of the breakout tournament. First match, we got Eichmann Giro, which is the man who wrestles with the jacket, versus Duke Hudson, who claims to be 6'5", 275 pounds of muscle, with twisted steel and has sex appeal. And I thought Gyro was going to go over because of I just thought he was going to go over. And unto my disliking, Mr. Hudson goes over. The match was decent. The first singles matchup I've seen of this Eichmann Hiro, the Japanese superstar. We did see him in a tag team match, I believe, a couple weeks ago back with former WWE persona. Jimmy Dipstick is back.
Yes, I am.
Jimmy Dipstick. That's a lot better than Drip Drip.
Jimmy Dip. Look at the Boston skyline as he drives home. That's the bridge that's over near One Post Office Way, right?
Yep, Seaport.
Yep, I could tell. That's going to bring you down into the little circle to get you on the 93, huh?
Yes.
Right where the South Station and shit is, correct?
Correct.
I thought, hey, I knew that was you used the Miz's line. Although I hate the Miz, it was correct. What was that post on? I forget now.
There was a dude on that bridge today when I drove in, diving into the dirty water.
Yes.
Gross.
Correct. So, yep, that first round match is good. I'm interested in when they get into the Josh Briggs part of it. I can't wait to see local professional wrestler Josh Briggs go at it. I didn't catch much of this match. The Kate
It was all right. It wasn't a barn burner.
Bleacher Report liked it. They rated it a B, but I did catch the ending, which it seems like Robert Stonebrand is just falling apart.
Well, the reason why they did that, they turned Aaliyah face because she's going to Raw, and Mandy Rose is now on NXT.
Okay.
Now is Mandy Rose going to join the Robert Stone brand?
I don't know, but so the reason why it was
Frankie Monet is, I think.
Mike, why is Mandy Rose down in NXT?
She requested to go down. So they traded. They brought up Aaliyah and they put her, and she requested to go down.
What are they going to do with Dana Brooke now?
She's probably going to get released.
So all the time and money that Vince put into basically those two girls have been intertwined with Natty and Tamina Snuka over the past 2 months. And over the past 4 weeks, whether it would be on SmackDown and or Raw, those women continuously have had battles backstage and matches. Why on God's green earth do they do shit like this? It makes
because Dana Brooks is the shit, and no matter what they do with her or who they put her with, she's still the same shitty wrestler. I'm sorry. I don't like her. Her plastic surgery is the shits. It looked like somebody took a bat and beat her face in and left her that way. I just don't. I get where you're coming from, and they try to do everything with her. Unless they send her down to NXT with Mandy Rose, other than that, she's getting the axe. Plus, she just got engaged.
I agree with Stiff Mike on that.
Well, I mean, you think of it this way: 48 hours ago on the same network, but a different program. Her and her tag team partner were battling it out backstage with Natty Neidhart and Tamina Snuka.
Something happened because Mandy Rose requested to go to NXT, and they granted her that request.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, So something happened within that 48 hours because obviously if you requested to go down to NXT last Friday, they wouldn't have put them on television Monday night and ran an angle with them. Wouldn't you just keep them off if the request had happened beforehand?
Plus, well, you have to understand, Monday night was taped.
I did not.
It was not live.
How is Monday Night Raw taped when they have people that are on those the Thunderdome board that don't go back and tell the matches that they saw?
Because they have
Monday night was taped because they showed on the PW Insider the Thunderdome being torn down. Monday night was taped.
Okay.
I do know that Dana Brooks announced she's engaged to be married, and that could be a problem. Have something to do with it.
Engaged to who?
I think it's a baseball player.
Jesus. She was with Batista a couple of years ago, and now she's engaged to a baseball player.
Yeah.
So
the only reason why they kept her around as long as they did because they felt bad for her when her boyfriend died.
Jimmy Figures, what did you say now? They signed a confidential agreement not to say what went on?
Correct.
Yes. Yep. Because when I was going to go on the Thunderdome, I had to actually fill that out, but then the spots were already taken, so I didn't get on.
What are they going to do to you if you go on a dirt sheet and tell a person what? Like if you told me and I had nothing to do with it, all of a sudden I put those matches up. What are they going to do?
No idea.
That's why I don't know. I mean, when did they show the pictures of the Thunderdome being torn down?
Right after SmackDown. Saturday, I saw it.
Okay. I guess I believe it, but I don't. Only for the simple fact is that I don't believe there's a true way for people not to rat out what they just saw. But if people say it was taped, then it was taped. I'm just glad it's going back to being in front of a live audience and not a supposed live TV screen that your face is on. Because I'm dying to see what gets booed and what doesn't get booed.
I got a feeling you're going to see a whole different fucking Monday Night Raw.
So explain to me this Bronson Reed picks a fight with Adam Cole gimmick.
I don't know because I know he's going up.
So you did not see the segment?
It was pretty much Adam Cole coming out saying he was the man and nobody could beat him like he used to.
Well, I just thought it doesn't make any sense why Bronson Reed will come out and pick a fight with him because he's supposed to be going up as of Monday. So it doesn't make any sense.
You saw the same thing I did, Mike.
Huh?
You saw the same thing I did though on NXT that they did.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
What are you out by the North End right now, Fingers?
No, I'm at Encore.
Oh, all right. Route 99.
Yeah.
Mike's roast beef.
I was just gonna say that I was just down there freaking 4th of July weekend. We went, my wife and I went to.
What is this place? The Rusty Can that I'm hearing about that everybody raves about.
No idea.
It's in Ipswich, I think, or something like that. I've seen it a couple times. My buddy Mike Cook has posted pictures of it. The roast beef sandwiches look out of this fucking world. Out of this world. The Rusty Can.
It's in Byfield.
Byfield, that's it. It is supposed to be every piece of food that he's put on Facebook looks incredible. Look at your face right now. That's me on every time he posts that he's eating there.
Oh, I gotta go. Oh my God.
It's supposed to be like sliced prime rib. Where's Byfield?
North Shore. North Shore. It used to be a food truck. Now they made it into a restaurant.
Yep. Incredible looking, huh?
I'm getting fat just looking at it. Holy shit! Oh, it's all smoked meat, dude. Oh yeah, I'm going there.
Yep. Mike, I'm telling you, the
I'll take
pictures.
pictures and post them for you. Holy shit!
Oh, buddy, I'm coming down for a few days at the end of the month.
We're going there.
I'm hoping to go there.
We're going there.
uh,
Holy shit! Wow. Yeah, my ass just got 10 times bigger than it already was. Wow.
And then from what I read here, Joe gave the glare to Cole on his way to entering the ring to prepare for the main event. So there was that. Well, see, it builds it even more. Joe and Cole go in.
Dude, they're setting up some good feuds right now. I'm telling you.
It's great TV. It's great television.
Yeah, it's way better than fucking AEW shits, drizzle and shits TV. Sorry.
Wow. Jason Kidd just became the coach of the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I saw that today. Yeah.
So
whoop-de-whoop-de-doo.
We go to the main event of the evening, and I did not watch the match. And regardless of not knowing the Cross went over and defeated Gargano by pinfall, Bleacher Report.
It was excellent.
Bleacher Report gave this match an A+.
It was a double A+.
Okay.
And then the ending with Joe and Karrion Kross just added everything to it. So now that Joe's been provoked, you're going to see him put hands on Kross next week.
Okay. So,
which is going to end up being Joe's going to force Regal's hand and make him a competitor again because he's been cleared. He's been 100% cleared.
So I'm not going to lie. I told people we have talked a little bit of AEW. Last night, I thought the AEW show itself, listen, I'll consistently say that the way they shoot it, WWE shoots a better product. The way WWE does things is better, but did they have matches last night that were really good? Yes, they did. Their fan interaction was insane, out of this world. And I have a whole new respect level, talent-wise, for Ethan Page and Darby Allin. And there's a huge thing that I'm liking a lot right now. Is Miro is eating. I'm eating my words on what I said about Miro. They have let the chains off of Miro, and he looks like the Bulgarian brute times 1,000. It's a definite character that Vince could have did with him and could have really been. I look at the character right now over the past 3 weeks of the promos that Miro's been cutting, and if he had been given the chance to do something like this in the WWE, I really believe it could have been believable.
Brody Lee experienced that same kind of success when the chains were taken off him. It makes me really sad to know that he was to debut 1 week after the pandemic started in his hometown, and we've gone all this time and he never experienced a live crowd with his newfound success. That makes me very sad.
Yeah.
You'll see Lana with Miro very shortly.
Yeah,
I can see that.
that's a no.
As
It's
soon
a
as
no.
the Iconics get their visas in order, they'll be there as well.
Who's that?
The Iconics.
Yeah.
Their visa's in order. Isn't one of them married to Sean Spears?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Sean Spears. Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Sean Spears is Canadian.
Ah,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They have to get their work visas in order before they can come back.
interesting.
Because they went back home to Australia without clearing up their work visa, so they're not allowed back in the country.
Andrade's his promo last night.
He needs us. He needs a mouthpiece, man.
He does something better than Vicky Guerrero.
Well, and everybody thought it was going to be Selena Vega, and I all told you fucking clowns it wasn't happening.
And you also said Aleister Black was going back too.
He was about to. Oh, he was going to.
But he didn't.
No, and he didn't because he didn't know it. He didn't know himself that he had a 30-day no compete clause.
Right.
WWE can have Selena Vega. I'll take Aleister Black.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't going to be what you expected it to be. He's going to end up putting Cody over, and that's going to be the end of it.
Dude, if he ends up putting Cody over, I will start the headline, the president of the fucking Kill Cody Rhodes fan club.
Well, it's going to happen.
I'll go ape shit.
Because I'll tell you, his gimmick is money. And last night, another night where the great Gazoo himself, Mr. Vacation Land himself, he's on vacation, fucking
Leave him alone.
Clark W. Griswold Capelli himself.
He said he was not the.
Should eat his words because Aleister, Malachi, don't call me Aleister Black, had that crowd 2 weeks in a row eating out of the palm of his hand when he did the promo last night and then said, Cody, be careful what you wish for. And that fucking audience went black. Bro, I could feel the electricity through my fucking television, okay?
All right, listen, let's not get carried away. Fucking Snuffleupagus. Let's relax. All right.
How can Mike not give credit to this? I don't.
Wow.
First of all,
I didn't say that.
Listen,
Malachi Black is going to make AEW better than the WWE. I'm just saying that people who said he can't be a big time player.
I never said that.
He did. He said he was a mid carder at best.
Capelli said that, not me.
Yes, I know that. I know.
Right.
What I love about
the fucking Gazoo world.
What I love about Black is he's continued the WWE storyline.
Because he only signed a 1-year deal with AEW. Do you think that he's not smart enough to realize that if I can get over here, that my money could probably be way better in a live crowd WWE after I prove myself? You bet your ass it does.
And
you don't think that
and his wife.
When people leave, 1 second, when people leave the WWE, that certain personas that Vince does not shake their hand and say, I want you to go out and make a name for yourself So this way, when you do come back to me, which you will, your money will be valued. It's one of the main reasons why Moxley theoretically has not thrown the WWE under the proverbial fucking bus, and why he has mainstayed that don't never say never, that he has kept the fucking doors, the windows, the opportunity to go back to the WWE after he per se made a name on the world stage of professional fucking wrestling, aka sports entertainment.
And here's another tidbit for you. Moxley's contract ends the end of this summer with AEW. That's number one. Number two, Black's wife signed a 3-year deal with the WWE.
Who?
You don't think Selena Vega, 3 years.
Yep.
You don't think that he won't be back with his wife in a year? Absolutely. Moxley will be back, and probably not as Dean Ambrose, but as Jon Moxley in the WWE.
I can see that happening. I can see Jon Moxley, if his contract truly is up, I can see Moxley being somebody that would make his re-debut at Royal Rumble 2022.
Yep.
I can see
as
it.
Jon Moxley. Yep.
Because that's Vince tells these guys this. Do you think Vince ain't dumb? You know?
If anybody honestly thinks that Moxley hates the WWE, no. It was getting stale for him, and he wanted to change. And that's his right. That's his right as a performer, as a human being, as a worker, whatever. If it's getting boring, it's getting stale, you want to change, you make that change. Doesn't mean you can't come back.
He was sick and tired and waiting in, as he put it, sick and tired of waiting in line for 3 hours to get a 5-minute talk with Vince McMahon.
Wouldn't that get stale for you?
Yep. And he couldn't. And here's a guy that one of the main reasons why he couldn't understand that, he was in one of the most over and dominant factions in modern day WWE history in the Shield.
And on top of that, he got sour with the WWE, the writers, not Vince, but the writers, when they wanted him to shit all over Roman Reigns after he announced he had cancer. I don't blame him for that. Because you know what? I wouldn't even do that.
Yep.
You got to draw a fine line between entertainment and being a real fucking human being. And the writers suck from trying to make him do that.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like how we jammed this all into a Thursday night, talking Monday Night Raw, talking, letting all 3 products go by. We won't let that happen next week. Why don't we let Friday night go by, and we'll talk Saturday. We'll have a Saturday night shoot the shit, and let's talk the first WWE live show and live really of the first real live show other than WrestleMania in what has been 16 months.
I will not be here Saturday because I have a club party to go to.
Okay, buddy. Well, we will make sure that we talk a lot for you. If you're able just to poke your nose in and put a question or two, come on aboard and add your 2 cents in.
Well, it's so I'm in the MC and I'm getting patched in Saturday night, so I doubt I'll be able to.
What type of group are you in?
Motorcycle club.
Yeah, I know that. My buddy has a 1% club out of
I'm not a 1%er, no.
It's just a cool motorcycle club.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go, buddy. You guys just to get together, you ride, you have fun.
Yeah.
Throw some fundraisers.
Yeah.
If a kid died of cancer, you put together a ride and ride for them and raise money. Yeah, man.
So we're doing that. We're doing that Sunday It's a big charity ride for breast cancer. I've gone the past 3 years, and I'm actually on the blocking crew this year. So,
cool. Good for you, man.
yeah. So I will be here Tuesday, but I will not be here tomorrow night. Saturday night.
Cool, man. I'll get some people on. We'll talk about WWE's first live show in over 16 months. And then just to let you know, I'm kind of glad I may be getting a promotion at work. Yeah.
Really? Good for you.
Yeah. I'll be not working nights anymore. I'll be working realistically 5 days a week as the assistant to the gym teacher. And I will be teaching they call it personal fitness. So for each like I get a group of kids for 6 weeks. There'll be 10 of them or so. And
well, you better get rid of that gut before you do that, fucker.
Oh, buddy, I will. I'm actually under 2 right now. I'm right at 2. And if I can drop another 20 pounds, I'll be good. I dropped 25 pounds since March.
So I've dropped like 30.
So if
I've gained 20.
I'm going. I'm motivated.
I have cheekbones now. See?
The one thing that's hindered me is my plantar fasciitis is not healed. So burning calories is hard if you can't do cardio.
Yeah, just gotta work through it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the one bright spot. Gives me I'll be working it's as basically I'm a gym teacher, but I teach personal fitness. So I get a group of 10 and and man, I'm looking forward to it. 5-day-a-week work schedule, and good money, full benefits. So very happy. Along with my coaching stipends, I'm looking real good. I actually will be able to buy myself a legit brand new vehicle in October.
That's awesome, dude.
Finally buy myself a Chevy Silverado King Cab pickup.
Just get yourself in the ring shape because we need to go one more time.
Yeah, brother. Listen. If I don't do anything this rest of 2021, I won't be saddened. 2022 looks to be my year. Just because that was, in all honesty, it was the year I was looking to retire. Being like, not retire, but like, if I wrestled, it would be like once or twice a year, just to say I did it. So I think 2022, I'm going to do I'm hoping to do at least a dozen matches or so. And then after that, if I do a match or 2 a year, I'll be happy.
I'm actually thinking about hanging them up in October.
So I'll be honest. I don't miss it. I believe if I didn't have what I do right now, where I'm coaching youth sports and doing all this, then hell yeah, I would miss it. I'm just glad that I had something to fall back on.
I still have the itch. I still get the stomach ache before I go out, but I'm going to be 50 next month, and I don't want to be, that indie guy still trying to hang on at 51, 52, 53. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't want to be talked about like Gary Gold and Travis Funk.
Yeah, I want to go out having a good match. I want to transfer myself to backstage and creative and booking. I'm actually helping out Showcase a lot with booking and creative. So
if anything, if I do decide to do one match in 2021, I mean, I had chances I could do things this summer with not really having a solidified, like, say, roster, because a lot of guys I like to use, I got guys in Canada, and obviously the summer along with friends, it's, everybody's basically got their stuff lined up for the summer.
Right.
if anything, I might do my once-a-year fundraiser, which is with this addiction treatment program called Arise. And I've been doing a fundraiser for them for the past 5 years. And they always bring 150, 200 people into the house. And we always do it in November in honor of Tony Rumble. And a couple of their graduates through the addiction program end up in the Royal Rumble, and we give them a crash training on how to go over the top rope and basically sell a little bit.
Always fun.
Buddy, that house comes unglued when the treatment members that are a part of the program come out. The fucking place comes unglued. I've never let one win before, but I'm thinking that this year could be the first year that I let one of the Arise members legitimately win the Royal Rumble. So if anything, if I do one thing, it'll be that. And I would gladly invite you up for that show. And when we could quite possibly lock horns on that event.
So that being said, I would love for my last match to be with my brother.
Yeah. I hear that they reached out to Bo Douglas.
Say that again?
I heard Bo told me that Showcase has reached out to him to be in a program with you.
No, it was APW and he didn't do it.
That's what I mean, APW.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
Jay, I'm in M-Town.
M-Town.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
What are you doing in Malden?
Just had to stop by my brother's house for a second.
Oh, there you go.
You
Did you do a quick Kevin Forbes show?
No, I didn't have time for that, but are you familiar with this territory?
I think, I'm trying to see what street that is. Is that Pleasant?
That's Newland.
Yeah.
Newland Street Projects.
Yep.
The Newland Street Posse. And when we lived in Edgeworth, we called them the Newland Street Pussies.
This is the territory where I was the world champion in 1983.
You were the Lincoln School heavyweight champion of the world?
Oh my God!
I was the world champion because the ring was in my yard. I was like the EVP of my own company, like the Young Bucks and Kenny.
No wonder he likes AEW.
I would only defend the title against people I knew I could beat, like fucking 6th graders and shit. Meanwhile, I had guys like Chris Summers and Lawrence Hicks fucking coming for the title. I was like, nope. I had my own rule where I only had to defend the title once a month, and I would defend it against a 4th grader.
Larry Hicks was an incredible athlete in Malden.
Dude, he reminded me of fucking Dave Winfield. Like,
yep.
The size.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the old park. You can't see it, but there's where we played that city series with George. But I'll tell you, man, there were just some dudes that peaked so early at a young age with the athleticism. It was ridiculous. Hicks had like 18 home runs, and we only played like 12 games. It was ridiculous. I
remember him very well. So basically what we talked about, we're going to wrap things up. Saturday night, we're going to do a Shoot Your Shit. And the Shoot Your Shit's going to be about the first WWE live event, not including WrestleMania, in 17 months. So we're going to go over that, talk about that. If any more wrestling news arises, we'll go over it. And we'll do some predictions for Money in the Bank.
Are you up for a live watch-along?
For Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
The last time I did the live watch-along, they shut us down on Facebook.
Oh, that's because you had the camera on the product.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely. I'd put the computer on and do a watch-along. Yes.
We can play it by ear too, because like how do I say this? I don't want to put a downer on it, but Mike, you're a dog owner, correct?
Yes, I am.
Mike, you're a dog owner?
Yeah.
Okay. I always post pictures of my dogs fucking all the time. I fucking love them more than fucking people. My brown one, my brindle baby, man, he's been diagnosed with fucking bone cancer. And we can't do anything about it but watch him fucking die. He's fine. He's absolutely fine. All he has is a limp. And I assume that he, probably fractured it or did something with it. There's rabbits everywhere, and my dogs just go bananas after the rabbits. They fucking pivot. They do all this shit. And we noticed he had a fucking limp. So the other day, we finally took him in for his x-ray, and they were like, hey, this ain't no fracture. And I was like, well, what can we do? And obviously they suggest amputation.
Whoa.
Yeah, but you know what? He's going to be 8 years old in a couple weeks, and there's no guarantee. You can cut off his leg, man, and he could still die in 3 months. We've decided not to put him through that. So sorry to go down this well, but in regards to my time at home, I've been just spending every minute I can with him. So I'll be home Sunday. And
no problem, brother.
All the time. But any dog lover will know that when you lose a dog, it hurts more than you fucking losing people. It's just something about their unconditional. People are deceptive. Everybody is deceptive. Animals are not. Well,
nope.
dogs. And that the fact that they don't speak English to you and they just interact with you in a different way than humans do, it's the only thing that brings me to my knees. I mean, I've been through it. When you buy a dog or you invest in a dog, and there's a price that you have to pay, and that receipt comes up at the end. And is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it.
My dog right here. She's 11.
The average lifespan, I think, for little dogs, they can go to 15, 16.
Yeah.
Big dogs, 10, 12 is the right number. But 8 is just, it's not there yet. You know what I mean? It's just not there yet. But it is what it is, man.
I look at it, this way too. You can be the biggest dickhead to the animal, and that animal 3 seconds later is over licking you, greeting you like nothing happened. And it's so right when you say a dog loves you unconditionally. I had a Boston Terrier that, thank God, she gave birth to 6 awesome puppies, and she gave up her life to have these dogs. I never knew she was anemic, and when she had the puppies, she basically lasted about, if she's lucky, about a year.
No shit.
It totally killed her. It drawed her. I spent $5,000. I was going to do fucking bone marrow transplants to keep her alive. And I'll never forget leaving that Woburn hospital, the emergency hospital. And I ran in 3 times to stop them from euthanizing her because I felt as if I was disappointing her, putting her down.
No, you have to do it, man. The other side to it is the finances. Like, I was prepared to do a GoFundMe if I had to. I think I have friends, and I would have done it without shame if I knew that, let's say, my dog hurt his leg, that he needed a big operation or something, or it needed to be amputated. But with a cancer involved, you just can't put them through it.
Yeah.
You can't. But animals, hey, it's everybody has to face that day, and you just don't think about it. But when it comes up on you, it sucks.
Yep.
I've always gotten another dog within a week or two, not to replace it, just to avoid the pain. I've done that the last 4 times. But
we did that. We had a rescue, and she ended up getting into garlic, and garlic is 7 dogs, and
Jesus.
it would have been like 10 grand to save her, and my wife and I could afford it, so we put her down. But like 3 days later, we ended up getting Finn. As much of an asshole that he is, because he's still a puppy, he's just a teenager. He's an asshole, but he's a smart dog, and probably one of the best dogs I've had in a while.
What happened with the garlic, Mike? What did it do?
It shut her liver down.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was wicked sick. Like, I remember I was going out on a ride and she was puking. We just thought she ate something outside. She threw up. It was fine. Then my wife texted me later on. We ended up at Woburn Hospital because she was that bad. And they came out and said, she's got her liver shutting down. We could try to save her, but we can't guarantee it. And it's $5 to 10 grand. And I said to my wife, they go, honestly, we can't afford that. And I didn't want to let her go because she was the best dog. You could leave her home for hours and she'd be sleeping on the couch. Wouldn't do anything to the house.
Now, how did you know she got into garlic?
We had a test and they said it was garlic that killed her.
And where did the garlic come from? Do you know?
She got in the trash.
Now, see, my other dog is both of them are rescues. I got them up at the Salem Rescue, and my other dog, Sammy, the black one, he's not very smart. Like, he's just a dumb dog, sweet but just dumb. And he, Randy, he came out of the womb fucking so intelligent, and he's been like the best big brother. So the other dog relies on him for every P and Q. So, it's going to affect him badly, but we don't know if we can put another dog with him. So I don't know. It's going to be, I'm going to try, but hey man, we're friends here, man. We can talk about other shit. I usually don't go public with shit like this, but you know what? It's been, I got that bad news, man. And it's been fucking gnawing at me.
Well, I can tell you this. If coming on Sunday is therapeutic for you to talk professional wrestling, to get your mind away from things, man, I'd love to be part of that therapy.
Yeah. When I go to work, I mean, it's at the same time, you know what I mean? Like I say, it's tough to sit there and watch him because he's not suffering right now. Not one bit. You'd be like shocked. It's like, but it's going to happen. So there's a torture in that. It's like basically what's going to happen is one day soon, he's just going to stop eating. He's not going to get up, or his leg is just going to break. And we're just waiting for that. And it's just like, I've never experienced any kind of situation like that. It's just very, very weird.
And at the same time, you're wondering if you should let it get to that point where he just breaks his leg. And are you being selfish by keeping him alive, or all that?
Well, I can tell you honestly, there's no way I could put him down right now when he's 100% himself, playful, energetic.
Yep.
Can't do it.
I understand you, man.
I believe that there's services now, like, that actually come to your house and do it.
Wow.
Yeah. My buddy Gary Godchuk had it done. My brother had it done. The company.
Gary Godchuk, one of the founders and leaders of what's the motorcycle group name? The Hefferins or whatever?
The Fenian Saints.
Yeah.
The what is it?
The Fenian Saints.
Yes. That's the group I was telling you about, Mike, that my buddy Sean McCarron he's the realistical founder.
They are now defunct. They've been ordered to disband.
Why?
I don't know.
81.
What's 81?
AK. Hell's Angels.
Yep.
Yeah, so Gary told, but like I said, they come out to the house, they set him up, they put him in a basket, they put that first shot in, and the dog can be around his surroundings while they put him in the what do you call it? When they put a dog down, they put him in that state of euphoria for a while, so he's just calm.
Yep.
And then everybody can be around. couple of extra bucks. But you know what? To actually, okay, buddy, we got to go for a ride. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, moving away from that. My son's actually working for Gary now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gary's a carpenter.
Yeah, Gary and my dad worked together for a while.
Yep.
Gary was building for a guy named P.M. Gallagher back in the day.
No,
And Gary worked with my old man. I think my dad helped put Gary's addition, the addition on his house when they made it go taller. And Frankie used to work with Gary. The
rough
biz.
spot.
But well,
Ricky
listen,
Bag of
boys,
Donuts.
I think I'm gonna wrap things up for the night and see how good SmackDown is on Friday, and let's aim for 8:30 p.m. Saturday night for a Saturday night shoot your shit.
What happened to that interview with that AEW, Mark, that you were going to do?
He's in DC for the next 2 weeks, so next Saturday night, either him or I'm gonna go live next Saturday with my friend Ricky Otatsu, who is promoter, and he's the original owner or partner of Game Changer Wrestling.
Nice.
And he also, well, now he has nothing to do with wrestling. He owns a memorabilia store in downtown Nashville, and he also works for Vanderbilt University. He works in the locker rooms and stuff like that.
Nice.
So, yeah, let's just talk wrestling on Saturday night. This should be up on YouTube probably within the next 24 hours, this program right here, because with me lining it up with Being Humble with Jason Rumble, which was my original podcast name and page that my buddy made for me, this should go right up on there afterwards.
Cool.
And then I guess I got to figure out the way that you hit a link, and I believe if it's not right now live on that specific channel thing, by the next time it will be, because I have to do something to update it. And hopefully by the next time it will be on Twitch also. And I'm looking to move to a different format in September away from StreamYard. There's a different program that they put you, it automatically goes to Spotify, to iTunes, and it takes all the voice. So it will be a legit podcast by Summer's End.
Awesome.
I'd like to hear
That
it,
means
man.
no more swearing.
So legitimately, you could look up Gorilla Position Network, and it will be labeled Thursday Night Throwdown, Saturday Night Rumble Seat, Friday Night Free for All, and it'll be the topic will be, what did they talk about Thursday? Like, for instance, this, when they see it on YouTube, it will say host Jason Rumble and members from the Gorilla Position Network talk Monday Night Raw, NXT, and AEW, and voice their own opinions on this week's program, TV show, I think. So like there'll be a description all the time. And you really, theoretically, the live thing is cool. It won't matter anymore if 1 or 10 follow us live. It's once it goes to a legitimate podcast in a month or two when 200 and 300 and 400 people are listening to it.
Yeah, it's like syndication.
Exactly.
Is Ring of Honor gonna get some people going? MLW, when are they starting?
I heard MLW has a show.
Ring of Honor already had a live crowd. last
Okay.
weekend.
Okay. And I believe MLW is this week in Chicago.
Okay, they're on at noon on Vice. That's what TV has them. Ring of Honor clearly doesn't have a network.
Ring of Honor is basically syndicated television. You can still find them on Nesson.
Really?
Yep.
But they haven't got a new product yet, though, right?
No, they've been filming. They've been doing empty crowd studio taping.
Did you guys watch that Briscoe brothers fucking farm family fight?
No, I didn't.
Fucking awesome. They had Papa Briscoe in there fucking reffing it.
Do we have? Did you upload it onto our Gorilla Position?
Yeah, it's on there.
All right, I'll go on and look.
Gazoo loved it. He watched it. They're my favorite tag team.
Gazoo. I love it. I love it how I have names for everybody and you guys start using them. It's great.
He is Gazoo.
Oh,
all right. So with that being said, Mike, have a good weekend. I hope the ride that you guys make a lot of money for your cancer research and stuff like that. And Pelly, I'll see you Saturday night. Jimmy Dip. I'll give you an invite also for Saturday night. We'll talk some SmackDown. Ask if Tino Keen wants to come aboard. I'll give him a little,
Tino Keen's he's a good guest. You know, it's just when he's motivated to do it, he's very well spoken, very well, from a fan perspective. He knows.
Yeah, I love him. Ask him if he's interested in coming on with us Saturday night.
I think Rumble Dana might be interested in coming on too.
Yeah, I know Dana will be. Let's just make sure he watches SmackDown.
Yeah. Okay.
So tomorrow night they're in. Where are they? Dallas.
Yes. Yep.
Huh. Yeah. So they have to do something big. I think Steph Mike's right. Cena will show up there.
And if the funny thing is that you guys are lucky, man. Thing is, you're going to go to the Gaines Arena to see AEW July 6th?
July 6th?
I mean, I'm not September. It's either September 6th or September 8th.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Of course he is. Mark it out.
I'm not going to lie. If I was still living in that area, I'd be going too.
I'll be there sliding under Tony Khan like a mechanic and Simonizing his taint with my tongue.
All right. At that note, let's end this shit show.
And then Monday Night Raw comes to TD Garden the week after.
I'll be sure not to go to that one.
Wow. Good night, Bozo.
All right. With that being said, I'm the BBB Jason Rumble. He's AJP Sidewalk Sim. He's the Dip Jimmy Fingers and the APOC. Stiff Mike. We'll see you Saturday night. Over and out.